Hello and welcome to the round 23 AFL Fantasy Review. It's George from Fantasy Take TV. For this video, we'll just go over a bit of a season review. We'll touch on our starting team, just discuss this week very briefly, and just general thoughts about this year. So we scored 2,348 and we're ranked 305th for 2023. So that's our best rank for fantasy. I think last year we got about 700, this year 305th, so that's happy with that. So next year, hopefully, but definitely tough to get there. The competition's pretty tough out there. But yeah, defense was pretty good this week. Sicily, unbelievable. Has that nice Dogs matchup. Brought in Ellis for short, so that's a tick. Ellis did get injured midway through the fourth quarter, I think. So nonetheless, still, I think a successful trade-in. Midfield was very good. Unfortunately, we lost Sam Walsh a late out, so we took Holland's score for him. So had he played and scored 80, would have been in the top 300, which would have been nice, but that happens. So was locked out of trades, so kind of wish I knew that before the round. Apparently didn't train a week, apart from I think yesterday, but yeah, left the track early too. So yeah, later was that captain. He's been unreal. Steele, great finish for him. I'll pick Steele next year. Very happy with that. In terms of mids next year, I don't know. Maybe Took 109. I think Took's decent. Should be fairly-ish. Maybe slightly underpriced if anything. Merritt's an interesting one. He's been very good. Laird's going to be so much. I don't think you can start that. But he's as safe as they come in terms of captains. Gawn and Marshall really poor. Gawn played forward a lot, and then Rowan brought in Campbell, so should have probably thought about this harder, that they were actually going to play him and not drop him like they did last time from the team. So maybe we should have gone Rowan to Riley O'Brien, who played no ruckman. What did Witts do? I was never probably going to go Tim English with Steph in the team. Maybe probably would have gone Blitz halves. Actually, even Sekler was a late in, so maybe should have traded Marshall out knowing that, but that's whatever. Then the forward line, fortunately we traded in a Collingwood loop, which worked out, so we could actually get a score for Hollands, which was nice. Rosie been our best trade in for the year, for sure. So I think main positives from this year, holding Sicily all year, maybe a little bit of luck because we're trying to get rid of him and then he started coming good. Cripps starting was fine, although we did trade him in and out. I missed Merritt, brought in Steele, brought in Laird, brought in Clary. Started Took, not great. And then, held Cogs all year, even through injury, which was fine. And Rosie unreal, held Brody all year. So what's Brody, 95? He's been great. So, rucks, so many trades used in the rucks. So hopefully next year we can get a stable starting two that we can just plonk there and maybe like one or two trades to get to a good ruckman rather than just constant in and out ruck roulette. But yeah, defense, Stewart's been really disappointing. Trade in last 373 average, so he's been really bad, but didn't realize to get tagged so much. But touch on the starting team. So this was our starting team. Defense, we dropped Sicily for McInerney because of the COVID rumor back then, if anyone remembers that. But yeah, Hewitt and Witt short were all fine. Miller, I knew Miller. I don't think he's a good footballer, to be honest. I think talent is there, but in terms of, I don't know, I don't think he's a future piece for the Crows anyway. And I kind of knew that, but I thought he was going to get a half-back role when he was cheap, and I was kind of struggling in the back line to come up with stuff because there was no real rookies to field. So that's what I came up with, and that was a mistake. I knew straight away. Played forward, thought he'd play back. And then Richards has actually been pretty good. He's 700k. It's just that he came good later in the season rather than earlier in the season. So it could have been a good pick, but just wasn't to be. Token still, we started, just too much money. Big mistake. Cripps and Neil were fine. I think Rao was fine to start. Made a little bit of money, but had to go early. And then this rookie setup, I think, was fine. Probably overestimated Ward, but Ward's actually come good. Just struggled a bit early. Set and forget, I think jumping off that early was correct. Maybe not Gawn, but Grundy, yes. But yeah, Gawn did get injured anyway. And then the forward line, we didn't start Heaney. I wish we did, but traded in Heaney and then he went poorly, traded him out, and then we had Heaney just for pretty much like an 8-week stretch of bad games, and everything else has been good from him. For the most part, probably better for Supercoach though. But yeah, Dunks, Cogs. I think Butters was okay. Even Butters, like last 5 107, so he actually came good. So a lot of the players, yeah, took a while for them to come good. We missed this Nick Martin score, didn't even have the E on him, so that was a bit annoying. Just a lot of points down the drain. Baldwin was a failed pick. So starting team, it was okay. I think this was completely a massive stuff up, and we were ranked 30k. So yeah, defense we completely stuffed up. Paid too much money in the midfield here, and then Gordon Grundy. I guess a lot of people went that way, but it was a bit hard. Maybe you could have zigged when everyone zagged and whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll get back to round 23. So yeah, I hope you all had a good year for fantasy. I am very much looking forward to next year. To be honest, I don't even want to look at Supercoach for the moment, but I kind of should in fantasy. But Supercoach kind of burnt me out, whereas fantasy, I was just kind of keen all the time, which that makes sense. But maybe that's just because I ranked better in this format. But I think we'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Oh, just quickly, I think lessons for next year. I think definitely don't pay too much for mids. Everyone needs to be underpriced. At worst, fairly priced, I think. But yeah, it's probably the main one. And then don't pick plays you don't like. Like I traded in Zorko mid-year. Should have done that. I knew I didn't want to do that. Traded in Josh Kelly. I've always hated Josh Kelly as a pick, and I got burnt pretty hard by that. So picks like that, injury-prone players mid-season generally don't work. So I think we'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys for fantasy in the preseason.